Hello everybody, it's NintenRoy here, and today I'm going to address the recent Nintendo news that came out a few hours ago. I wasn't supposed to upload this video today. I was planning on uploading a different video, but that different video will be uploaded probably next week because I think that I needed to address these news that came out a few hours ago, since they are indeed shocking and worrying for us Nintendo fans. So let's just resume this. Nintendo had a financial meeting today at around 3 a.m. Pacific time or something around. Something like that, and they announced two new mobile games for iOS and Android, with their two IPs, Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem, and that's probably like the best part out of everything, because first off, let's start with the best part. NX is coming in March 2017. We weren't expecting, at least I wasn't, and from what I've seen on various social media and on YouTube, people weren't expecting. I wasn't expecting it to come in 2017, but let's get onto that later. Then we have Zelda Wii U, which is delayed again to 2017, March 2017, to coincide with the NX launch. And it will come to the Wii U and to the NX, so it is no longer a Wii U exclusive. It will come to the NX, something that we somewhat expected, but it wasn't official. And then we have the fact that at E3, Nintendo won't show anything of the NX, and they will only show one, and I repeat, one game at the show floor that will be playable. That game is Zelda Wii U, and there will be no NX at E3, and the NX will be later revealed this year. Probably towards like October or November, in a similar fashion as PlayStation did with the PS4 in comparison. But okay, let's talk about this, because this has been worrying. This is worrying for Nintendo fans. I've already seen it in various comments and various social media. People are losing their freaking minds, and I'm not amongst that people. I'm not among those people, but I understand it, because I understand the rage. I understand the disappointment. I understand that people are upset with this, because first thing, you can't go to E3 and just show one playable game at the show floor. One playable game at the show floor is really depressing, and I'm telling you, I know that they will probably announce the Wii U and some 3DS games at E3, and that they will probably be playable at the show floor, but only one playable game. Yeah, that is worrying. And no NX. Like, I can see that Nintendo is sort of going away from the direction of PlayStation and Xbox, where they Sony and Microsoft, where they kind of focus on E3 to reveal all their big games and everything, but let's remember something here. E3 is the biggest video game event in the world. I'm not saying that this decision will directly affect the NX's sales, but it could, because I think that if Nintendo used this time of just making a conference, either a live conference or through the Nintendo Digital event, but the most important thing, showing the NX at the show floor. They're not doing it, and they should, because it's their next big console. No one's gonna play it except for journalists and stuff before it comes out, and that is really depressing. And especially it doesn't make sense. Like, the E3 is the most watched video game event in the world. It's the most important one, not just in an historic fashion. It also has a pretty great history and a pretty great past, but it's still important today. And I don't think Nintendo is taking E3 seriously. We've seen it last year. Last year was an abomination. We thought it was an abomination, and probably this year will get even worse, which was something that we didn't think that it could get worse, but probably this year it will. It's ridiculous. That thing alone is probably the thing that scares me the most, knowing that E3 is such a big event, such an important event for the gaming community, won't be utilized in the way it should by one of the three main companies in the entire industry. And it's depressing, because Nintendo has a good history at E3, and they just completely stepped out, just completely gave the middle finger to gaming fans, to video game fans, by just saying we're not doing it. We're just gonna have Zelda Wii U playable this year and nothing else. Does this mean that the digital event will be only about Zelda Wii U? No, and I don't think it will. It will be mostly about Zelda Wii U, but I think they will reveal some games. But that's not enough. Another thing that's bothering me, the Wii U won't have any major game coming until the NX's release. And this was something I was already expecting, but you're not gonna say to me that Tokyo Mirage Sessions is gonna be a title that will be a system seller, because it won't. The last system seller that came on the Wii U was quite possibly Splatoon, and it could have been Zelda Wii U. Zelda Wii U would have sold a lot if Nintendo didn't release it in a cross-platform fashion like they will. It's the same thing as with Twilight Princess, but they will do it, and there's nothing going on. And there's nothing we can do. Apart from that, there has been a report by the Wall Street Journal saying that this was a last-minute decision, that Nintendo was planning on releasing the NX in December, and quite possibly Zelda Wii U, which again I don't see why not. I think that would be a better business decision. It's towards Christmas time, so you're gonna get more sales. So, you know, I think that would be a better business decision, because like, I study economics. I'm not a pro at economics, but this is basic stuff. Your sales on Christmas are way better than they are during the spring, because the only festivity that you have during the spring is Easter, and it's not as important, let's say, as Christmas. So they should have announced that the NX would be releasing in December, and Zelda Wii U as well. And another thing, I only think that Zelda Wii U was delayed to make it in time for the NX's launch, like to launch alongside the NX, because it doesn't make sense. I personally don't. That delay is unnecessary, in my opinion, because the game would be ready in time. But it doesn't make sense. I don't agree with the decision. I agree with the decision of it being cross-platform. We were already expecting that, and I was a big fan of the Twilight Princess cross-platform. But still, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, and it's a game that they've been working on. For so much time, like probably around 5 years or so, and you know, it doesn't make sense. Like, I know it's gonna be good, but it doesn't make sense to me. And also, Nintendo is losing its profit. Their profit got down by 56%, just like something that we were expecting, because Nintendo is losing a lot of money. But that's not the most important part. And some people are saying that Nintendo is doomed. I'm not saying that Nintendo is doomed, but I'm saying that Nintendo is getting to that status quite quickly, actually. And it's worrying, because it's not that Nintendo will become the next Sega, where they just stop doing consoles and start being a third-party developer. I don't see that happening in a while, probably for the next 10 years. And then again, everything can happen. I'm not a fortune teller, so everything can happen. But I don't see that coming in the next decade or so. But still, it's worrying. Nintendo is disappointing their fans over and over and over again for some years now. Probably since 2011, 2012. Probably since the Wii U's announcement at E3 2011. And I think that it's disappointing. And like, from there, it has gone downhill completely. Especially with the last piece of news. This is the most disappointing that many Nintendo fans, myself included, have been with the company in a while, if not ever. This is some of the worst and most disappointing and worrying piece of news coming out from Nintendo in a while, if not ever. This is worrying. And I know that Nintendo isn't watching this, but I can already see that they're at least taking it serious, that shit has, like, that they've made a huge mistake. You see, they've made a huge mistake. And, you know, like, I hope they address this negativity and go back with the decision. Because that would be something really plausible and really kind of them. And a good business decision. And I'm not saying that fans don't have the authority to comment on business decisions made by Nintendo when they're not part of the company, when probably most of them don't know a whole lot of economics. I study economics, but I'm not a genius at it. But still, this is business. This is a company that we care. We Nintendo fans care about Nintendo. We want Nintendo to succeed. But Nintendo is just letting us down so much. And it's disappointing. It's really sad. And really frightening to see that Nintendo's future isn't as bright as they seem, as they seem it is, as they think it is, at least. It's very dark, and they better step up their game. They better step up their game in the next year or so, because if the NX fails miserably, I can see the option of going third party into being a third party developer as possible, and as a good business decision for Nintendo. And that's coming from a huge Nintendo fan. You can see right there, I have Nintendo posters. I am a huge Nintendo fan. I defend Nintendo to the end. But, like myself, many of the fans are disappointed and addressing these news with a whole lot of negativity. And we're not wrong. We're right. I can tell you we're right, because Nintendo needs the consumers to sell. Right now, the consumers' appeal is close to zero. After these news, the NX just lost like a whole lot. Sorry, the Wii U dead, like completely dead. Nintendo lost a whole lot of the consumers' confidence in them, and the NX probably lost a couple of their sales numbers, probably. I'm just saying this. I know Nintendo isn't watching, but just hear me. Step up your game, or you're gonna be left behind. And you're gonna be forgotten. And that's not something we Nintendo fans want, because we want you to succeed, but right now, you're disappointing us a lot. For almost 5 years now. You need to step up your game right now and bring us the games we all know and love, and that we all know you can do. Bring us good business decisions, and bring us the joy of playing Nintendo games back to us. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if this has been a long video, but this is something worrying, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do. And till next time, goodbye.